Opinion: India's diplomatic triumph post-Operation Sindoor, a united front against terrorism. Following the historic success of Operation Sindoor, India's precise military response to the April 22, 2025, Pahalgam terror attack that claimed 26 lives, the Indian government launched a robust diplomatic outreach to underscore its zero-tolerance policy toward terrorism. This strategic campaign, involving 7 all-party delegations of 59 parliamentarians and former diplomats visiting 33 global capitals, has already yielded significant positive results, reinforcing India's global standing and isolating Pakistan's terror-sponsoring narrative. The contributions of leaders like Ravi Shankar Prasad, Bijayant Panda, Shashi Tharoor, Asaduddin Owaisi, Shrikant Shinda, and Abhishek Banerjee, among others, who have championed India's cause cutting across party lines, have been pivotal in this success. In contrast, ranting critics like Jairam Ramesh and Sanjay Raut, who dismiss this effort as a waste of public money, fail to grasp its strategic necessity. The warm responses from nations like Germany and the UAE, among others, highlight the success of this outreach, adding another feather to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's cap as a global statesman. Nanan Operation Sindoor, executed on May 67, 2025, targeted terror infrastructure in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, dismantling key facilities of Lashkar-Taiba in Muradka and Jaish-e-Mohammed in Bahawalpur. While the operation showcased India's military resolve, diplomacy was equally critical to counter Pakistan's disinformation campaign, which sought to portray India as the aggressor. The all-party delegations, reflecting India's democratic unity, were essential in explaining the necessity of Operation Sindoor as a combative measure against Pakistan's decades-long sponsorship of terrorism. This outreach has ensured that India's zero-tolerance policy is understood globally, preventing misinterpretations due to Pakistan's falsehood on the issue. The delegations have engaged with political leaders, think tanks, media, and diaspora communities worldwide, presenting evidence of Pakistan's complicity, such as intercepted communications revealing panic within its military during the operation. This diplomatic offensive has clarified India's restrained yet resolute response, ensuring that the international community recognizes the Pahalgam attack as a provocation necessitating action. By showcasing unity across political divides, India has strengthened its narrative, making it clear that terrorism will face necessary consequences. Nanan, the success of this outreach owes much to leaders who have transcended party lines to champion India's stand. Shashi Tharoor, leading the delegation to the United States, Guyana, Panama, Brazil, and Colombia, has been a vocal advocate for India's zero-tolerance policy. His articulate briefings, including at the Indian consulate in New York, emphasized that no one in Pakistan can believe they can cross our borders, kill our citizens, and escape accountability. Tharoor's global stature and eloquence have resonated with international audiences, reinforcing India's position. Asaduddin Owaisi has been equally impactful. His unwavering stance against terrorism has helped counter Pakistan's attempts to sway opinion in Muslim-majority countries. Owaisi's presence in the delegation underscores India's inclusive approach, showcasing that leaders from minority communities stand united in the fight against terror. Abhishek Banerjee has also brought youthful energy and clarity to India's narrative. His speech in Japan highlighted India's precision in targeting terror infrastructure while sparing civilian lives. Banerjee's cross-party collaboration has further strengthened the message of national unity, making India's case compelling on the global stage. Nanan, despite these successes, compulsive and misguided critics like Jairam Ramesh and Sanjay Raut have labeled the diplomatic outreach a waste of public funds, arguing that the resources could be better spent domestically. This perspective is not only short-sighted but also undermines India's long-term security interests. Ramesh's claim that the outreach is an extravagant photo-op ignores its role in shaping global opinion and preventing Pakistan from garnering sympathy through disinformation. Similarly, Raut's dismissal of the delegations as political tourism fails to acknowledge their impact in securing endorsements from key nations. In a world where narratives can influence trade and diplomatic relations, such criticism betrays a lack of strategic foresight. The cost of these delegations is negligible compared to the potential fallout of allowing Pakistan's narrative to go unchallenged, which could embolden further aggression or harm India's global standing. Nanan, the diplomatic outreach has garnered widespread international support, with nations like Germany and the UAE leading the way. On May 23, 2025, German Foreign Minister Johann Wadefuhl, during a joint briefing with External Affairs Minister S.J. Shankar, affirmed Germany's support for India's right to self-defense, stating, "Terrorism has no place in the modern world, and India's actions were justified." This endorsement from a European powerhouse strengthens India's position in the West, countering any attempts to misrepresent Operation Sindoor. The UAE, a key Middle Eastern ally, has been equally supportive. On May 22, 2025, Ali Rashid Al Nuaimi, chairman of the UAE's Defense Affairs, Interior Foreign Affairs Committee, expressed solidarity during a meeting with the delegation led by Shrikant Shinda, declaring that the UAE stands firmly with India in its fight against terrorism. This support is crucial, given the UAE's influence in the Islamic world, which helps neutralize Pakistan's efforts to rally Muslim-majority nations. Japan has also praised India's restraint and precision, with former Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga and former Defense Minister Minoru Kiera commending the operation's targeted approach during discussions with the Indian delegation. Similar positive responses have come from South Korea, Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore, where India's call for a global coalition against terrorism has resonated. Russia, a long-standing partner, has provided platforms for India to expose Pakistan's role, while African nations like Liberia and Sierra Leone have expressed receptiveness to India's narrative. These responses underscore the outreach's success in building a broad coalition of support. And the triumph of India's diplomatic outreach post-Operation Sindoor is yet another testament to Prime Minister Narendra Modi's visionary leadership. By orchestrating a multi-party diplomatic offensive, PM Modi has ensured that India's zero-tolerance policy is not only a national stance but a globally endorsed principle. His ability to unite diverse political voices demonstrates his commitment to national unity in the face of external challenges. This outreach, coupled with the military precision of Operation Sindoor, showcases Modi's deft balance of hard and soft power, reinforcing his reputation as a global statesman. Swipe left for next video. Under Modi's leadership, India has transformed from a nation reacting to terrorism to one proactively shaping the global narrative against it. The endorsements from Germany, the UAE, Japan, and others reflect the trust that the international community places in Modi's vision of a secure and assertive India. This diplomatic success, built on the foundation of Operation Sindoor, is another feather in Modi's cap, solidifying his legacy as a leader who has elevated India's global stature while uncompromisingly defending its sovereignty. Tuhin A. Sinha is an author and national spokesperson of BJP. Views expressed in the above piece are personal and solely those of the author. They do not necessarily reflect NEWS18's views. Latest blogs.